Chamberlain, the director of the School of Business and Entrepreneurship, and it has truly been my pleasure to be a part of the program and the CVCA community. As the students began this process early last fall, they started with reflecting upon their own passions and problems within those passions, brainstorming potential solutions to those problems. This sparked a variety of business ideas, including both innovative big ideas and small business startups. Teams were formed to develop the innovative big ideas, whereas the small business startups were developed by individuals passionate about their plans. With a shared passion and a variety of strengths represented in each innovative team and the dedication of each startup entrepreneur, the students continued to develop their business ideas throughout the semester, pivoting as needed and seeking guidance from their team's advisors. Thank you to those who served as advisors to these students this past semester. I am so proud of each of these seniors for their perseverance and dedication that is culminating in these presentations. To say that we are excited to be able to celebrate with these seniors and honor their hard work with this event is an understatement. Please join me in recognizing the graduating class of 2024, the stars of the show tonight. As we get closer to the main event, I want to start by thanking our sponsors. Each year, we offer businesses that are represented on our judging panel the opportunity to sponsor this event. It is through these sponsorships that we are able to offer cash prizes to our winning teams. This year's sponsorships have enabled us to award $7,000 in cash prizes and continue our annual BPN scholarship, which will be awarded at $1,000 this year. Real-world learning that is celebrated at this event has helped legitimize and grow Business Pitch Night year after year. We are, once again, thrilled to have Cleveland Research Company as our presenting sponsor tonight and for their representatives on our judging panel. Please join me in thanking Cleveland Research Company. We are also so grateful for the additional sponsors, each with one representative on our judging panel, that have made tonight's event possible. We would like to thank MAI Capital and the Smiley Family Foundation for their support. We would also like to thank Mr. Larry Ripka and Valmark Financial Group, Mr. Donald Wedding, and Mr. Sean Christie of Sean Christie Social Media for their additional support for this year's BPN scholarship. Join me in thanking our sponsors for this evening. I invite you to read more about the sponsors and our judges in the complete program available by scanning the QR code on the leaflet you received. Please consider supporting these businesses in your future endeavors. Next, I would like to welcome Alex Cook, a junior SOBE student who will be helping me MC tonight's event.
Greetings, everyone. Tonight, the 5 teams competing with innovative big ideas will present and display in competition for 2 main awards. The first award is the People's Choice Award. Shortly, you will observe these 5 big idea presentations. These businesses have been created from idea to prototype, and in some cases, beyond. Their goal was to develop the most compelling case for their solution to a common or urgent problem, and present a business that has the capability to deliver that solution to the market. Following these presentations, we will take a short break to allow you, the audience, to vote for this award. At that time, you can use your phones to follow the link or QR code on the screen above to submit your votes to the poll. The group receiving the most audience votes will receive this year's People's Choice Award. Our second and most prestigious category of awards are the Big Ideas Best Pitch Awards. For the judging of this award, we have brought in a panel of highly qualified business professionals. Following each presentation, there will be a Q&A with the judges. Once all the groups have presented, including the small business startup pitches, we will break for our judges to deliberate and choose a winner. Our third place prize will be $1,000. Our second place prize will be $2,000, and our first place prize will be $3,000 cash, and the honor of the Best Big Ideas pitch. During that break, you as the audience will also have time to visit the startup booths in the Rasnick Center, interacting with each student entrepreneur. You will then vote for the best startup idea by placing your individual ticket that's attached to your program into the ticket collection at the booth of your small business startup of your choice. The startup with the most votes at the end of the night will also win a $1,000 cash prize. Some tremendous prizes will go out to deserving students tonight, and we couldn't be more excited. The winning teams will also qualify to apply for our annual BPN scholarship for any students seeking to continue their studies in business. Next, I would like to introduce our tremendous judging panel that has donated their time and expertise to provide authenticity to the judging process for this event. I'd like to ask that our judges please stand as I introduce you to the audience, and please uphold your applause until I've introduced the entire judging panel. Representing, here we go, one more. Great. Nope, wrong. Good, we made it. Representing our title sponsor, Cleveland Research Company, we have Mr. Vince Sepiel. Vince Sepiel, CFA, is a senior analyst and partner at Cleveland Research Company, where he leads the travel and luxury team. During his time at CVCA, class of 2007, Vince was actively involved in the Future Business Leaders of America. He graduated summa cum laude from Miami University with a concentration in finance and statistics. Vince and his wife Carolina have a 2.5-year-old daughter, a 1.5-year-old son, and a 3-month-old daughter. Also representing Cleveland Research Company, we have Mr. Josh Flanagan. Josh Flanagan is a 2018 graduate of CVCA, where he was a 4-year member of the boys soccer team and a 2-year member of SOBE. After high school, he continued his education at Grove City College, where he studied business analytics and played soccer. Josh graduated from Grove City in the spring of 2022 and moved back to his hometown of Cleveland to start his career as a market research associate at the Cleveland Research Company. Outside of work, Josh enjoys playing sports, cooking, and spending time with his friends and family. Our third and final judge representing Cleveland Research Company is Mr. David McMullen. David is a partner at the Cleveland Research Company, a 2004 grad from CVCA, and a graduate with degrees in finance and economics from Gordon College, where he also played soccer. He's worked at Cleveland Research Company since 2008 within the sales team, dealing with a wide range of our institutional money management clients. David loves getting to visit school for all sorts of events and is married to Abby and has 2 sons. Nope, I'm still not doing this right. It's okay. Next, representing MAI Capital is Mr. Ryan Foguth. Ryan graduated from CVCA in 2017 and went on to get his master's in accounting from Kent State. He now works at MAI Capital Management, where he specializes in tax. At MAI, Ryan prepares individual returns, business returns, trust returns, gift returns, and nonprofit returns. What makes his job a little more interesting is that Ryan gets to work with a handful of professional athletes' returns. Ryan has been on the tax team for a 1.5 years now and has been working on getting his CPA. He passed his first exam this past December and hopes to pass the other 3 this year. Ryan is very outgoing and almost always has a smile on his face. In his free time, Ryan likes to play basketball, golf, and spend time with his wife. And last but not least, representing the Smiley Family Foundation is Mr. Craig Anderson Sr. Currently serving as the president of Mobility Worldwide, Craig has been a partner and owner of a global company, entrepreneur, CEO, COO, and an author. He obtained his education from Williams College and the Wharton School of Business, a humble servant of Jesus Christ. Craig and his wife of 51 years have 4 children and 12 grandchildren, 3 of which are current CVCA students, all of whom love the Word. Please join me in welcoming our incredible panel of judges.
Sorry about that. Did a great job. For our final judging seat, we have our honored guest judge designation. Each year, we take this opportunity to recognize an individual or organization as our honored guest. Over the past few years, our program has been blessed by an intentional collaboration with the University of Akron. As our program has developed, the University of Akron has generously offered our students behind-the-scenes tours, presentation opportunities on campus, and their incredible professors as guest instructors in our class and close advisors for our students. What's more is that the University of Akron has invested in entrepreneurship education across Northeast Ohio for decades and has helped to create fertile soil for the growth of entrepreneurial mindsets. Tonight, we are excited to have the Dean of the University of Akron College of Business Administration, Mr. R.J. Niemer, as our honored guest. If you'd like to read more about our honored guest judge, you can find an extended bio in the events program. Mr. Niemer, thank you for your commitment to entrepreneurship, education in Northeast Ohio, and for the ways in which you invest in and support our program here at CVCA. Please join me in thanking our honored guest. Finally, I would like to recognize a few of our special guests joining us tonight. We have representatives joining us from the University of Akron, the GAR Foundation, the Skipper Group, Valmark Financial Group, Bounce Innovation Hub, and other local partnerships. Thank you for taking the time to come and support these students. I would also like to formally recognize the CVCA board members, administration, faculty, and staff that have joined us tonight. Thank you for coming and supporting these wonderful students. In addition, welcome to the SOBE advisors who worked with each of our students throughout this process, as well as those who reviewed business plans and served on our rehearsal judge panel. The names of those involved can also be found in tonight's program. And finally, you, the family and friends of these young men and women. Thank you for supporting and pouring into them over the last several weeks, and especially for being here tonight. We are so grateful.
Without further delay, let's get to the main event. You will be watching 5 big idea business presentations, each with a short Q&A to follow. Presenting first will be Malcolm Brown, Libby Kane, Angelina Lynch, and Bella Wilcox with their business, Creamer Connoisseurs. Please join me in welcoming Creamer Connoisseurs to the stage.
Have you ever thought about strawberries in coffee? Go ahead and try the chocolate-covered strawberry creamer that we created, or the peanut butter brittle one. Oh, and you can even carry them around in your pockets. We are Creamer Connoisseurs, the seasonal creamer for the coffee dreamer. With no further ado, let us tell you a little bit more about our business.
Our team consists of Malcolm, Libby, Bella, and I'm Angelina. Do you like coffee? Have you ever wanted to try seasonal creamer flavors but can't find any or don't want to buy the giant commercial sizes? Well, we have the solution for you. Welcome to Creamer Connoisseurs, the seasonal creamer for the coffee dreamer. Subscribe to our Creamer Coffee subscription service to receive small packets and unique flavors of our creamer. And we'll also deliver them right to your door. We will start by selling direct to consumer, but after a few years, we plan to also target larger deals with hotels and businesses. We're targeting middle to upper class adults and teenagers, ages 14 through 40 across the United States. We even have a few free samples of our creamer for the audience to try, located at the Shia Coffee Stand.
So as you can see, we have 4 steps to making our product, but I'm going to focus on the first 2. The base for our product is made from sweet condensed milk that we add flavoring to. Then we put it in heat sealable packets that contain about 1 ounce of creamer, and there will be around 30 of these in each box. Some flavors that we have developed are strongly covered strawberries, peanut brittle, and cookies and cream. We have 5 marketing strategies that we plan to implement. The first is our website, and the website itself isn't a marketing strategy, but it's the end result of all our other marketing strategies because it is where people become customers. Second is social media. We will use Instagram and TikTok to post about new flavors we develop, how we pack orders, and get feedback from our customers. This will be effective because 97% of Instagram users access it monthly. So this will build awareness, and as you can see, we already have over 200 followers on our Instagram. Third is a referral program where when someone refers a friend who subscribes, the person who referred them will get a discount on their next order, and this will help our business spread by word of mouth. Our fourth is incentivized pricing, where the longer a plan someone commits to, the cheaper their subscription becomes, so our 6-month plan is cheaper than our 3-month plan. Our fifth and final strategy is giving out samples. We will partner with Shia Coffee and later other local coffee companies to give samples so customers can know the quality of what they are committing to. So here's a list of our top 4 competitors. We feel that these are our closest competitors because they're the most similar to our product. You can see here how our product differentiates from each of these. Specifically, we differentiate because we have seasonal flavors included in our subscription. Also, what differentiates us is that we are individually packaged so you can put it in your pocket and take it with you, and it does not need to be refrigerated. So for consumers, the cost of purchasing one box of creamers is $22.99 plus shipping, but it decreases by $1 for each larger subscription size. Now, it costs us $9.56 to produce each box, so you can see our profits there. Basically, for one serving of our creamer, it costs consumers between 66 and 77 cents depending on their plan, which falls in line with and slightly below most of our competitors. Also, note that our profit margins never fall below 50%. We estimate that in our first year, each week, we can gain 3 new customers online through our website and social media, 2 through word of mouth, and 1 through the referral program, which adds up to about 24 new customers each month who'd purchase a single box for the first month before committing to a larger subscription plan. In our projections, we also accounted for losing 5% of customers at each reorder opportunity. And in this estimate, we count each person's full subscription purchase in the month that they subscribe, and when it's up, 95% of them reorder. So based on this, using our algorithm, in December, the last month of our first year, we'd be sending out a total of 262 subscription boxes. Now, we realize that this might sound like a small amount, but we think it's a good way for our business to grow organically. And if you haven't noticed, we have our own coffee business at the school, which we could partner with in order to create our first customer base.
Now, we recognize that we are a subscription-based business and we value our customers very highly. And we understand that a customer, when they subscribe, will not stay subscribed to our business indefinitely and will eventually end up unsubscribing. And to account for this, with the help of our expert advisor, we came up with the customer lifetime value, or the average amount a customer plans to spend in our business before they unsubscribe. And if you average out all of the various subscription plans that we have available on the slide above, and you get approximately $1,258. However, to understand our finances more broadly, it's important to take a look at our revenue growth over the years. For the first year, we plan on making approximately $50,000 in revenue. However, by the third year, we plan for that number to jump to approximately $244,000. And that growth between those 2 years will be demonstrated in the 5-year plan. Now, to understand how that revenue associates with the rest of our company, it's important to take a look at the cost of our business. And Creamer Connoisseurs has 4 primary costs. The first one being marketing. And for the first and second year, we don't plan on spending much on marketing, as much of it will be online. However, by the third year, we plan to jump that marketing up to $5,000 for reasons we'll get into for the 5-year plan. First, cost of goods sold, approximately 44% of our revenue goes into producing our business, and we plan for that number to decrease over the years as we become more productively efficient in manufacturing our product. For space and occupancy costs, we don't plan on having a warehouse to store our goods for the first and second year, as we plan to use someone's basement. However, by the third year, we do plan on having a warehouse in which we can store and manufacture our product. And finally, for management and administrative costs, we don't plan on paying ourselves for the first and second year. However, by the third year, we do plan to begin paying ourselves as we take on full-time roles within the company.
Now for our 5-year plan. So in the first 2 years, we'll be building up our business, developing flavors, and gaining subscribers through our social media accounts and by giving people samples and sending those samples to bigger businesses like hotels. In our third year, we'll move our business out of our basements by renting our first manufacturing space for about $12,700 a year. We'll also be hiring our first official marketing advisor to create a campaign for about $5,000. And since we plan to have contracts in place with bigger brands, bringing in more revenue, this is the first year that we'll pay ourselves, so we'll make $8,000 each. Finally, after sending samples of our products to even bigger businesses and name hotel brands like Marriott, Hilton, and Hyatt, we plan to have some really large contracts in place by our 4th and 5th years, so the 4 of us will finally transition to working full-time on the business that we built up together. Thank you, and remember, we're Creamer Connoisseurs, the seasonal creamer for the coffee dreamer. And we are now open for questions.
I have a quick question on your go-to-market strategy. I know you mentioned longer-term securing deals with big hotel brands and things of that nature. I'm just wondering some of the thinking there, besides focusing on things like, direct-to-consumer, where your business is going to start, why you think that's the best route to go longer term with the business. Thanks.
So we think that if we have these bigger brands, we'll have a lot more sales coming in. But since we're starting from scratch, we want to start small with consumers, and we'll still pursue those consumer subscriptions, but we think that the best way for our business to become successful and reach the most people is by working with bigger corporate businesses like those Marriott hotels who would be signing larger contracts and bringing in more income so we can invest that back into the business and keep building up.
And so how does your subscription compare to the other ones you had on the slide of the, I think, 4 other competitors? And how did you land on like 30 packets a month versus something less?
Yeah, so we did 30 packets a month because the other ones you can subscribe to would only do, a lot of them didn't have individually packaged, it would just be like a big bag of creamer, so it really didn't have like comparable for the packet size. But we did about 30 packets because we figured that 1 ounce of creamer is enough for 1 cup of coffee, and if you want to try like multiple ones, we wanted to have a little bit extra because we don't know how much our consumer plans to have, but we thought that 30 was a good number, so you would have like enough if you wanted to try it multiple times. And we have like seasonal flavors, which is how we're different from our competitors because a lot of them don't have that included in the subscription.
Well, I just had some of your creamer and it's outstanding. The packaging was excellent and very elegant, by the way. But as we've talked before, people don't care what you do or how you do it. They're going to buy your product based on your passion and the why you exist. So why are you so passionate about this creamer, and why would I be excited about being involved with your business?
So it was actually Bella's idea. Bella is probably the most avid coffee drinker of the group. So we started testing our creamers first, and Malcolm wasn't really a big fan of coffee then, but I think we got him on board now. And we think it's really special to have seasonal flavors like Christmas flavors, Thanksgiving flavors. Those can bring back memories for people. And when we were looking at all the other brands, there were a few brands that sold big, like large sizes of peppermint mocha or the basic creamer flavors, but there were no brands that like had smaller sized creamers, and also it's harder to find those at the store. And then if you want to buy peppermint creamer, you might only want to use it like for a month. You're not going to use peppermint creamer the whole entire year, which is why having different seasonal flavors each month is what makes our business different, and it's what we love about it.
I wanted to dig a little bit more into that. So how many flavors would I get in each month?
So for each month, you get approximately 30 flavors. 30 flavors. 30 packets of flavor delivered in each box with 3 different flavors.
3 unique flavors?
Yes.
So, it's interesting, who you specified as your competition, but like, did you think about the fact that your customer is spending $30 a month, roughly, with shipping to kind of be part of this, to get 3 different flavors per month? What does it cost to buy one of these at the store? Like the traditional peppermint mocha, $5-6?
So most of those you have to buy in larger sizes, so it can be like $10 to $12 for that creamer. But part of our market was people who love Starbucks, and I mean, I bought a Starbucks drink at the airport last month, and it cost over $10 for that. So it's actually less expensive to do our creamers at home than that with like the different flavors there.
Got it. Yeah, I was just curious if somebody was passionate about trying different flavors, if they might also just buy 3 $10 jars at the store each month, and then they're kind of ending up at the same place, but having more volume. Did you think of that as a risk, or do you think that your Starbucks examples may be good, that people are willing to pay up for a premium, interesting, unique product, or how did you kind of balance that?
And I think the other thing that makes us different is that, like, as you can see, our packets they're all individually packaged, and they'll be heat sealed, so you don't have to refrigerate them. So it's really nice, like, on the go, you can just grab your creamer, and like, you won't carry around your whole refrigerated creamer in the car with you. So, and even if you're at work and like you don't like unsweetened coffee, then you can just bring it in your pocket and put it into your coffee there.
Perfect, thanks.
All right, that about concludes our time for questions for creamer connoisseurs. Thank you for your feedback. Let's give them a round of applause.
Next up will be Molly Hilliard, Evan Kolb, Reagan Sines, Dylan Webb, and Samantha Williams with their business, Smart Serve. Please join me in welcoming Smart Serve to the stage.
Hello, everyone. My name is Evan Kolb. I'm the leader of our business, SmartServe, and SmartServe is a new and innovative app for new tennis players.
There are 4 problems that we are looking to solve with the development of our app. First, we found that while there are some apps out there that track data like ours, they are very difficult for players who are not pros to access. This leads to the next problem, which is that of the apps that are available, they can be very expensive and can cost around $100,000. Another is that while some players have coaches who can track their progress for them, there are many that train on their own and have a hard time collecting their own data. Lastly, the players that do have coaches still have a hard time collecting accurate data because they're only human.
Next, we have our app, and this is what our logo for the app will look like. Here's our template for the login and sign-up pages. We want everyone to make their own custom profile. That way we can see their history and not lose their data. On the left, we have our home page where you can see your past sessions as well as goals and stats. In the middle, we have our profile where you can see your followers and following. And on the right, we have our team page where you can find your coaches and so you can join their team so they can track your data and see your data. This page is where you'll be able to see all your data. We will be using computer vision. That way we can see the data and total shot percentage. You can click specifically on one side and it will show you each individual shot. You'll also be able to see your total shot percentage and total shots, and along with your serve speed.
Our main competition in this field is Hawkeye Innovations. With Hawkeye Innovations technology, one tennis court can cost anywhere from $60,000 to $100,000 to technologically enhance. With the average high school having 6 tennis courts, that means that high school will have to pay anywhere from $360,000 to $600,000 to technologically enhance their courts. Many schools do not have these funds, so the idea of these technologically advanced courts are just out of the picture, and this is exactly where SmartServe comes in.
So who will buy SmartServe? Well, we think that bigger businesses like tennis clubs or even high school tennis teams would be interested in this product. We think they fit our target market because they have the biggest purchasing power. And within each of these businesses, they have people like, for example, Coach Cole, who will be using this and demonstrating it on using it on his players for their practices and their games. But how will we get ourselves out there? First, we will send a representative around the Northeast Ohio region. He will travel to the different clubs and introduce the app to tennis players and coaches to make sure that they're familiar with it. Now, with emails and an Instagram already made for our social media, we will post diagrams and other videos kind of giving tutorials to make sure that everyone knows how to use the app and make it very user-friendly. And as one being involved in the tennis community, I know that the coaches and the players even are very connected, even if they do not know each other from schools or clubs. So we know that a product like this would spread and people would get to know it.
All right, so looking at our pricing breakdown, our app is going to be free to download from any of the app stores. However, in order to use any of the features, it will require a monthly subscription fee. And we wanted to price that in tiers so that different people with different needs can only pay a certain amount. So our first tier is that 1 to 5 player range. That's going to be perfect for that freelance coach who maybe just has a couple clients. We're going to price this at $300 just to mostly cover our fees and applications and all of those things that go with that. And in order to make just a little bit of profit, our next range is that 5 to 16 player range. This is going to be that, or 6 to 16, I'm sorry. This is going to be that smaller team that probably doesn't have a ton of players, but they're getting started and they're going somewhere with it. And we really envision that they're going to use this a lot. Our next is going to be that 16 to 30 player range. That is where we really estimate our target market to be. This is the average size of a varsity high school team as well as the JV and any other just random players in there. We really think that this is where a lot of our players are going to be used. But then of course we have that 30 plus player range. This is going to be our tennis clubs in the local area. We really think that they are going to be our main requirement. And so that for that 6 to 15 player range, we have it at $500 a month. And then in that next range, the 16 to 30, we have it at $750, and then the final we have it at $1,000. Looking at our pricing rate or our projected financials, in the first year, you'll notice that our cost of sales is significantly higher. That is because we have our $50,000 app development fee, which we got from an app developer at the Akron University. And we want it to be $50,000 because in order for us to launch this app, it needs to be good. Nobody's going to subscribe to an app that doesn't work. And so we really are pushing up that upfront heavy cost. Then moving into our marketing fees, we're not going to pay our sales representative immediately. However, we do estimate to cover their gas or to cover the chain emails and all of those things. We have that marked around there. And then looking at the other costs, that's just going to be to get it uploaded to the App Store, certain trademarks, just different things throughout there. And then in the first year, we'll see we are not profitable. That's because we really are absorbing that large upfront manufacturing fee to develop this app. However, in the years following, because we don't really have a lot of recurring costs outside the marketing and certain things, we have it as just almost pure profit because we'll already have it covered. Looking at our moving forward and our moving forward plan, that first year we really just want to develop the app and get a client base. We want to get it into a few major high schools, maybe a club, and just let the word of mouth do its thing, because like we said, these sports communities are so intertwined. In that second year, we want to work out some of those bugs that will inevitably come up, but we don't envision a lot, and just become profitable again, keep reaching out to new schools. And then moving on to our third year, this is the year that we hope to generate more profit, and then we want to move into pickleball. Pickleball currently is just like a fun sport. However, with any sport that just starts out fun like this, it eventually will become competitive. And we really see this with pickleball, and we really think that this is where SmartServe is going to really step up in the innovation, because pickleball is going to be competitive, and it'll probably be competitive in the next 3 years. And then looking at our fourth year, this is when we hope to begin paying our employees and having like a set thing and like become full-time, because by then we hope to have generated enough profit for that. And we are SmartServe, improving your game one shot at a time, and we are now open for questions.
Can you just compare the technology that you plan to use versus the other more expensive competition?
Yeah, so the main thing that's different about our technology rather than our competitors is our technology is just going to use your smartphone. So with Hawkeye's technology, it's over 100 cameras. You have to have a whole team of people. It takes like multiple days to set up. And so that's why it's that price point, is because it's so expensive. And so again, just like you need a lot of space for that. So with just having your cell phone, it makes it very easier for that club
to just be able to set it up themselves and do that without having to have all these cameras and all this technology and a team of people from Hawkeye.
I had a question about just your pricing as you get the app off the ground. You mentioned that it would be free to download, you'd have to pay to use it. Did you ever consider offering some sort of free version just to get the initial users hooked on the app, spread word of mouth, or any thoughts around why not offer a free version off the start and then charge for it later, or anything you thought about on that front?
So we considered a free version. However, we decided against that immediately because we really think that's where a sales representative is going to take over that, and because of our heavy costs of development, the free version is just kind of like a little bit of concern. So because of the sales representative, the idea is that they would be able to, through like several sessions of meeting with people, or just demonstrate what the app is, and that would be sort of that situation.
I'm curious why you wanted to limit your target market to Northeast Ohio, and curious if there was a thought process to maybe expand into other regions that have tennis outside more than just a handful months of the year.
I mean, we consider Northeast Ohio kind of as like option one, or like our just starting out go-to plan, because obviously with the representative they can drive around. And again, like I mentioned, everything is kind of disconnected, especially with tennis. So like we know like if one person has it, then another person will hear, and it'll just continue going down the line. But we definitely are open and would like to broaden that region to, I mean, all of America and every team that could get access to it. So that's why we'll start doing stuff more digitally and not keep it just local.
There is a theme in business that says no product without a service. The product seems well developed, but have you thought about possibly also providing a service of evaluating and coaching in addition to just the technology use?
Yeah, so that actually will be like ingrained in the app. We're gonna have either your like actual coach that you are practicing with every day. They can make a coach profile, and so they will like share it under with you, and so they can see like all your reviews and your data. Or we were thinking just having coaches already on there, and maybe you could send them like a video or your stats of like how are you hitting, and they can just pay $10 or something, and they'll just review it and give you instant feedback. Because we know like to go play for an hour with a coach is going to be like $50 to $80, and like it's just not really worth it when you can just send a video and get simple critique.
So I'm just perusing the idea online. It seems like there's a company called Swing Vision that just raised $6 million for a similar concept a few months back. Has a pro tennis player involved, charges about $15 a month. It's a little bit of a different go-to-market strategy than you, which you're starting at 300 and going more for groups. But how did you kind of think about your strategy versus maybe what some other competitors are doing? Certainly validates the idea. It seems like a lot of backing.
Right.
Were you aware of them, or you don't consider them competition?
I mean, not necessarily, because I think what I just mentioned about like the coaches and that interactive like feedback and instant feedback, you can get what you want with like a coach. So a lot of people like don't have their hands on and can just reach out like, hey, can we play tomorrow for whatever amount of time? So getting that feedback, I think, is like very crucial. Could be helpful.
I also would like to add that in doing some of our market research, we talked to several coaches, some of which were either here at CBCA, other schools, like semi-professional players, or we had some at the clubs, and they all seemed really interested in our app specifically. And I think that's also part of why we targeted Northeastern Ohio, is because we have the interest here, we have those connections because of Evan on our team. And I think that's really just like why our go-to-market strategy is a little bit different than that, because we've already had these conversations of like, yeah, I would be interested in that.
All right, thank you, judges, for your feedback.
So through our research, we have found that the demand really is there for this kind of product. In the next decade alone, the market will be over $550 million, and it will continue to grow after that. So we're targeting people aged 25 to 55, people who live in large metropolitan areas and also work there. They're frequent travelers, they live on the go, but most importantly, they are tech conscious, style conscious, and security conscious, and that's why Trax would be a good fit for them. So our marketing strategies for this product are social media, online, and direct engagement. So first I'm going to start with social media. This is a big one for us because it has little to no cost. We can use polls, giveaways, sponsorships, and paid advertising. But most importantly, we have direct customer engagement. So we can hear what the customers like, what they don't like, and how we can adapt and innovate our product in the future to better suit their needs. Next, I'm going to go through online. This, we can use search engine optimization to boost the search results for our product and our website, so when it comes to the top when you do a Google search. We can use a website called Kickstarter, which is a place for young businesses to get backing and brand recognition, and this will be very beneficial because we can have our brand out there and people will know what our product is. We can also use online reviews such as Google and Amazon for more customer feedback. And third and finally, we have direct engagement. So an example of this would be partnering with a local business and having a display of our product. This would just get brand awareness, will get people curious about our product, who we are, and basically all the features it has and what sets it apart. For now, this will be on a very local scale just because of our infrastructure, but this concept can evolve and change as we grow over time.
All right, moving on to the finances. As you can see down right here, this is the breakdown of all the different materials that go into making the wallet. Leading cost right now is titanium, but we are working to minimize that. Overall, it costs $17.22 to manufacture just the raw materials of the wallet, but by the time we're done with manufacturing, shipping, handling, etc., it'll cost us $59.68. With a retail value of $149.99, we'll be making a 60% profit margin, or $90.31. Moving on to the projected sales for the first year, we are set to sell 5,000 units the first year conservatively, and ambitiously we are aiming to sell 10,000 units. This is based off of market research as well as research on our competitors and how many units they sell per year. Within this 5,000 units, we are going to be running a Kickstarter campaign that lasts for 2,000 units in 6 months. This is to raise brand awareness as well as just to boost our sales for the first year. Finally, moving on to projected profits. Second year, we are destined to break even, and third year, we are planning on making a profit. Any profit made in the first 2 years will simply be reinvested back into the company as a way to boost marketing or improve sales and just raise brand awareness. Thank you.
So, who is our competition? There are 3 main competitors in this market: Tile, Exeter, and Ridge. All these are very established companies who have taken a major part in this market. But what separates Trax? First, along with our RFID blocking, titanium frame, leather outside, and Bluetooth tracking, you're also getting comfort with security and style. Next, you're getting a lifetime guarantee in case anything inside the market malfunctions or breaks. Thirdly, you're getting 100% quality guaranteed wallets. And finally, you're getting a product that will be designed and produced in the United States of America. So, what are the next steps for Trax? Firstly, we must pursue a patent to protect our product. Secondly, we must contact manufacturers to get a quote on feasibility and production cost. Thirdly, we must create a neat and professional-looking website. Fourthly, we must secure additional outside funding from investors. Fifth and finally, we must continue executing our marketing plan. Choose comfort, security, style. Choose Trax. We are now open for questions.
Really smart, thorough, creative, very impressive. My question is about the radius of the Bluetooth to how it I assume you pair it when you buy the wallet. It's then connected to your phone. What is that radius? And then I believe you said if it's outside of that range, it locks.
So the radius of is 200 feet. And what is that? Once it's outside of that 200-foot radius, then the wallet will lock on its own via connection of the app. Does that answer your question?
How does the wallet charge, or how does it keep it charged?
So in the bottom of the wallet, which you can see on the prototype, it has a USB port in the bottom that you simply just plug a charging cord in, and the wallet will charge.
Do you know what the life of that charge is? Have you done any of that?
Using the battery that we have chosen, the charge lasts about 3 days.
Thank you.
You said if it was left behind, it locks. Let's say you left it here and you left. Will it notify you? Do you have something on your phone that will notify you that you left your wallet behind?
Well, on the app, you can track the wallet and see where it is.
Okay.
And then you can locate it using the app.
Okay.
So again, on the technology, it looks like there's GPS versus Bluetooth. If you're outside of 200 feet, can you see where the wallet is, like on your app, or does that Bluetooth signal then go away? Because it seems like different companies kind of use different technologies. And I get that, that there's significant value in it locking if you're away. That's really interesting. I haven't seen that from others. But how did you think about using Bluetooth versus GPS?
Well, the purpose of the Bluetooth was to make sure you can see it on your phone and able to properly access where it is and be able to find it.
Question for you guys as you think about bringing the product to market. You mentioned your target market being young professionals. how are you thinking about potential partners, folks in the community that you could look to work with to get the word out, whether it's people that have positions of influence or potential options for, marketing and early brand awareness?
Yeah, well, thank you actually for pointing attention to that, because we actually do have a strategy in place to get that out into the community and to talk to people and get our brand awareness out. I think if anything in the modern world is true, it's if you don't have brand awareness, you're not going to sell anything. So what we do is we'd go to influencers, get those younger people, those up-and-coming people, and say, hey, here's a wallet. Could you promote this? We'll even pay you. We'll give you whatever you need. Just promote it. And then we'd also do giveaways. Kickstarter is a great way to get brand awareness out. And we'd also partner with programs like SOBE. We just say, hey, here's our design, guys. Maybe you can add an improvement to it. So it's just that brand awareness, that community engagement, listening to our customers and what they have to say. We're going to read every single review, listen to every single complaint. At the end of the day, we will have the best wallet in town. Thank you very much.
All right, we're so very proud of these teams so far. Aren't they doing a great job? Thank you, judges, again for your feedback. Next up will be Abby Hayes, who unfortunately actually could not be here tonight. And so taking over her part will be her teammates. And so I'm very excited to see them do this. And we've already given the judges that heads up that Abby could not be here, and she did all of the marketing for this. And so unfortunately, sickness won the best of her tonight. But we do have Benjamin Maybaum and Carson Weaver with their business, Spark Motion. Please join me in welcoming Spark Motion to the stage.
Hello, we are Spark Motion. My name is Carson. This is my partner Ben. We'd like to tell you about our product, a stop motion beginner's kit tailored for art and video media education curriculum. What is stop motion? Well, if you've seen these movies, then you've seen stop motion. The Lego movie was made with a computer, and the other two were made with physical objects. Basically, what stop motion is taking a photo of an object and slightly moving it after each photo, causing it to look like this object's moving. How our business idea came up was isolation during COVID sparked my creative interest in stop motion. Without a kit or tutorial offering, it was challenging to create a stop motion. We identified middle school aged kids in a post-pandemic learning environment are digitally savvy and thrive on STEM engagements. Teachers, counselors, and tutors need active tools to support active learning methods that blend traditional creativity with digital movement to active moments learned. Here's a quick video about our product.
Spark Motion exists to spark early interest in video media by providing stop-motion kits to teenagers through the modes of education and hobby. Unlike other activities, Spark Motion allows kids to have fun in a manner that is not dependent on your friends, the weather, or any previous knowledge of stop motion. We provide all basic aspects of this hobby in one purchase. Our kit includes an instruction manual, a tripod for phone or tablet, a photo clicker, a cardboard background, construction paper, a base plate, sticky tack, reading lights, and various animating objects to choose from. We will also reference a free app called Stop Motion Studio, which you can download on your device to film your masterpieces. Explore the world of endless possibilities. Creativity sparks here.
Kit with a curriculum. Stop motion can photo document life, tell a story, map a path, and assist specifically art and video media teachers in an engaging format that is easily understandable and memorable. Some of our top 3 competitors are Hue Animation Studio, the Lego Animation Book, and Zoo 3D Animation Kit. Here's how they look compared to our business. Hue Animation Studio and Zoo 3D Animation are basically just the same kit. They just don't provide you with your basic materials to make a stop motion. And the Lego Animation Book just provides you with your basic instructions on how to make a stop motion.
So there's 2 parts to our target market. One is children ages 11 through to 14, and this is going to be middle school students. This is because they have the most time on their hands and they're old enough to understand how stop motion works. Next is middle school art and video media teachers. They'll most likely use our kits in school for a unit during their class. So our market size is very large, as you can see here, and we'll be able to reach a multitude of students and teachers. So with this, we're going to market in many ways. Our first marketing material is Instagram brand awareness. This is going to be used from a variety of different videos and posts on Instagram. And this is used highly by both parts of our target market. Next marketing material is social media paid ads. So this is basically a picture with a phrase that sparks your interest and grabs your attention and will grab their attention so social media users buy products from businesses that are advertised on the platforms that they use. So our third marketing material is TikTok videos, and that's kind of obvious because stop motion is short videos. And we're going to start this out by showing how to use our kits, and then using videos. We're going to create videos with our kits, and then that'll prompt other people to create videos using our kits, and it'll be explosion. TikTok is just as well used as Instagram. Now our fourth marketing material is teacher influencers. So we're going to give these teachers our curriculum and our kit for free, and then they're going to be able to use it in these classrooms, and that's going to prompt other teachers to see this firsthand and be like, oh, wow, and then they're going to be able to take that first step to buy the kits for their students and themselves.
In addition, we'll be attending educational conferences where we know at least teachers will attend them at least once a year, so we know that our booths will at least be heard to many. And then lastly, we will be reaching out to schools and supply stores and schools with an object. A lot of times when businesses try to market their products, they usually use like a folder or a card, which normally most of the time get just thrown away. So our idea was to use a practical item like a mug so that it can be used in a practical way so that it just doesn't get thrown away right after. So they'll remember Spark Motion. And we know this because 65% of consumers who get a free sample or material buy from the promoted business.
All right, so anyone can buy our kits for $50. Now, schools can buy our kits for a discounted price of $40 with the curriculum that we provide. Now, we're going to heavily market toward these schools, so it's going to be just under $44 in average sales per kit. Now, we're going to plan on selling 3,000 kits in year 1, 5,000 kits in year 2, and 9,000 kits in year 3. We think this is feasible because based on the numbers of middle school teachers and students, this is going to be just over a 10th of the percent, all of these kits, a 10th of the percent of that market right there. For example, let's just say 150 individual classrooms in the U.S., just 150 buy our kits with an average of 20 students per kit. That's going to be automatically 3,000 kits. And we're going to hope that the students, when they see the kits in the classrooms, they're going to want to buy it for themselves. So this is our revenue, costs, and profit for the next 3 years. The revenue is going to come from the kits, and then the cost is going to be mainly through wages and material costs. And as we work through buying our materials through the businesses, we're going to hope to lower our material costs in the long run. And then in year 3, you might notice the profit is pretty low, lower than in year 2. That's because we are going to invest in 3 part-time jobs. This is going to be for customer service, building more curriculum, and assembly and delivery of the kits. Now, this is our 5-year plan for the next steps. And a few main things is that after we get some feedback, we're going to start to develop a new version of the kit. And then we're going to host stop motion contests online. And then we're also going to, like I said, partner with toy companies such as Lego, Hot Wheels, Play-Doh. And then ultimately, we're going to try to be the #1 stop motion kit producer. Thank you for listening to our pitch. We're Spark Motion. Creativity sparks here. We're open for questions.
So I loved reading your business plan, and as a father of 4 kids, a grandfather of 12, 6 of the 12 that are homeschooled, I kept looking in your business plan for what about all the homeschool kids, and in particular their parents, that are desperate for materials to teach their children about creativity?
I'm sorry, I didn't quite question. Can you repeat
So
that?
the question is, you're focusing on traditional schools.
Yes.
There's a lot of children out there that are not in traditional schools.
Okay.
Homeschooling, 50,000 homeschoolers in the Ohio right this year.
Right.
Has doubled in the last 3 years.
Okay.
What about those other channels for selling your product?
So yeah, we wanted to like target schools first, and then like once we kind of like got big enough, we wanted to try and then like get our product like out to stores so that it's able to be seen more, and then those people who are homeschooled, they can go out and buy their kit.
Excellent. Good.
It seems like one of the biggest differentiators between you guys and the Zoo 3D is the camera. Is that correct?
Right.
So does the stop motion app, is that pretty much just a camera, or does that also provide tutorials and teaching on how to do it?
Yes. So the stop motion app is an app you can download on your phone for free, completely free. You can use download on tablet as well. And so they're also their own company. They give tutorials on like how to they give like stop motion lessons and how to move your figure. They don't really talk about much of how to set one up. They just kind of give you details of how to just like move your fig and make it look nice and smooth in the video.
So would creating like the actual content be part of your business plan as well in terms of the teaching component?
Right, yes.
I thought your video was terrific, really clever.
Thank you.
Just a question in terms of your competition. I noticed that you're not, excuse me, partnering with toy companies until your 4th year to develop specific theme content.
Right.
So I guess I assume that your first 3 years, it's always the same characters and the same sort of props in each kit. Do your competitors have various themes that if you wanted to go buy a Star Wars one versus a Barbie one, you could do that? And my second part to that question is there an opportunity for perhaps add-on or complementary sales if you buy a kit and 6 months into it you want to have Chewbacca, you can buy certain pieces?
So yes, there are going to be like add-ons that we're going to do in the future that you can add. Like if you wanted to do like a Star Wars, in the future we would hope to, if our company gets big, we would hopefully want to like add like a Star Wars stop motion kit if they like that theme, or I don't know, Hot Wheels kit, LOL doll, anything basically anything out there if we get a chance to.
And we're gonna go for, a lot, like more Legos and maybe like different sort of backgrounds. There's gonna be a lot of add-ons that we're gonna hopefully make in the future. And our goal was to do it by year like 4 to partner with those businesses. Hopefully do it by then. So we're estimating, yeah.
We are out of time for questions. So thank you, judges, for your feedback. Let's give Spark Motion a round of applause. Our final group of the night for the big idea pitches will be Ricky Levac, Caitlin Leeser, Joshua Petchke, Tatiana Phillips, and Kaya Shelford with their business, Rendezvous. Please join me in welcoming Rendezvous to the stage.
Hello, we are Rendezvous. I am Joshua Petchke, and I am with Kaya Shelford, Tatiana Phillips, Ricky Levac, and Caitlin Leeser.
Since COVID-19, social activities have been more important than ever. People have been cooped up inside and given the option to hide away from people and responsibilities, among other things. Health is also a huge concern as obesity and depression rates have increased in the U.S. People need a healthy outlet from having been working at home and being isolated from people who share their interests. They are craving community but lacking their niche. Introducing Rendezvous, an online subscription-based service helping young adults to connect through extreme sports like mountain biking, rafting, rock climbing, skiing, and more. By partnering with local businesses, Rendezvous offers deals on gear and activities while notifying users about upcoming events. We offer convenience and cost savings to a tailored community of young, adventurous people. As a part of our solution, we developed a prototype of our website that shared the idea of our business and provided a space for people who, if we were to launch, would be committed to Rendezvous. So far, we have 17 interested participants. We plan to expand the website with a calendar so clients can see our upcoming events and have online chat spaces for groups to communicate. We reached out to multiple extreme sport businesses in our target area that we believed would be a good fit for us to partner with. Our current partners are Rock Mill Climbing, Synergy Woods, and Rising Up Rock Gym. The partnership would include these businesses providing discounts for the groups that we bring to them.
For our target market, we are going to target young adults in the middle to upper class, mostly ages 21 through 35. We also understand that because we are online, our services can't expand past this target market. We are also going to target people in the Cuyahoga Valley National Parks area. We believe we can use this area to our advantage because there's lots of extreme sports opportunities and companies we can potentially partner with in this area, including biking, hiking, rock climbing, kayaking, etc. We found that around 3 million people in Ohio fit our target market age, but after some more research, we saw that roughly 7% of people love extreme sports, so if we take that into account, our target market number is around 160,000. That will be our mock number for the first year of the business. We as a team believe we have a great opportunity with this business idea because more and more people in everyday life have been willing to meet up in this fashion, from an online connection to a real life in-person encounter. So this was the survey we sent out to people in our age range of our target market, and as you can see, more than half the people who responded said they would be willing to subscribe.
Our current marketing plan has 3 main components: an Instagram, a LinkedIn, and our website. We chose these 3 unique platforms to test to see if our target market was accurate to what we predicted it to be. So we ran a 6-week test to see if we were right, and I'm proud to say we were. As you can see from our experiment, both social medias continually increased as the weeks went on. By the end of our experiment, our weekly interactions on the Instagram shot up to over 120, and our LinkedIn has over 36 connections. In addition to that data, we now have well over 200 followers on the Instagram.
According to the professional dashboards on both these accounts, we have received the most traction with ages 18 to 24 and 25 to 34.
Among these people, most of them are in Hudson, Akron, and Cuyahoga Falls areas. Because we are a strictly online service, our costs will stay relatively low. The year-one costs and expenses comes to $8,296 and includes initial investments and legal costs like company computers and trademarking. The recurring annual costs factors in website costs, marketing and advertising, IT services, and more, and comes to $5,548. Our goal is to sell 1,460 subscriptions in year one at a price of $199 per month or $19.99 per year. Looking ahead, we predict to reach a profit of $80,842 in year three, and steadily grow to reach a profit of $138,442. By year five, we predict that we will have reached about 13% of our market. While this is solely representative of sales from subscriptions, we also hope to have an alternative revenue through business ads on our website.
Our main competition is Strava, Groupon, and Facebook groups. Strava is a social network for runners and bikers, while Groupon is an online marketplace helping people find deals, and Facebook group is a place for people with similar interests to connect. What we do is we combine Groupon and Facebook groups to help for the extreme sports community, which just makes us better as we take the Groupon's deals and combine them with the Facebook groups part of people being able to connect with each other. Our next step is to expand outside of Northeast Ohio. We would do this by partnering with more businesses, slowly increasing our reach over Central Ohio and Western Pennsylvania. We would also develop an app to make Rendezvous board accessible. Thank you. We are Rendezvous. Meet us for adventure. We are now open for questions.
Thanks, guys. Good job. I wanted to zero in on something you guys mentioned, there to eventually develop an app and ask for some of the rationale behind why you decided to start with a website. I know we live in a very mobile world. It'd be easy to go on there, chat with your friends on the app, and take my phone everywhere. I don't always have my laptop. So just any thoughts there on why you decided to start with a website and do the app longer term?
The main thing is that not everyone can access an app, but everyone can access a website on a phone or a computer. Because if you're on a computer, it can be hard to access apps, whereas if you're on a phone, you can still access a website.
So will you initially be responsible for creating the activities and the events, or will the users of the service be able to do their own and kind of lead those events?
So the businesses that we partner with will be the ones that do the events for us. We're not responsible for providing the actual activity, but the businesses.
Are there other apps or sort of community-like ideas like this that pair my interest for, in this case, extreme sports? Basically, who do you see as your competitors?
We really haven't seen a ton besides these big companies, so a lot of it is to think these big companies, but we're trying to find like a niche beside these companies in order for the extreme sports communities. But just for the extreme sports, we really did not find an actual company that does extreme sports.
I was impressed with your market research. What was the sample size that provided your database for your estimates?
We just looked at the different counties in Northeast Ohio. So we looked at Cuyahoga, Ashland, Cuyahoga, just those type of places.
I thought the website and the Instagram page looked really nice, so good job putting that together, and it was also interesting to see the follower growth that you guys have achieved. Did you think about pairing it with a Facebook group and starting that to kind of create awareness and then bringing more traffic to your website and Instagram page?
So we did think about that, but we mainly used the Instagram to attack the idea of like the college kid age range that we were approaching, and then our advisors advised us to use a LinkedIn to like kind of target the more older end of our age range. So we didn't have like Facebook in the question. We thought about it briefly, but because we were already doing the two and the website, we didn't get to that. But that would be something we would be interested in attacking in the future.
Hi guys, I thought this was a really interesting idea, and honestly, I would use it. Is it only restricted for extreme sports, or would you guys broaden it to like be for basketball, pickleball, and other sports like that? Can you create your own activity on the online?
Right now, we would start as extreme sports, but as we would grow, we'd help adapt to what our users would want, and because of that, we would likely branch out into other sports as well.
Okay.
There you have it. Thank you, judges, for your feedback. Let's give Rendezvous a round of applause. And there you have it. Please join me in congratulating all of the Big Idea groups for a job well done. Now it is your turn to participate, as we will soon vote for the People's Choice Award. Please follow the link shown on the screen to vote for the Big Idea business pitch of your choice here in just a minute. It has not gone live yet. You will have 5 minutes to vote with your smart device by either using your camera app to scan the QR code or going to the site listed, entering in the PIN, and voting. The temporary Wi-Fi access has been corrected. You should be able to access that at this time, and that'll help you in this process. Please refer to the login information on the screen or on your leaflet. Voting begins now.
At this time, each student will individually provide an extended elevator pitch to the panel, followed by a shortened Q&A period. Presenting first will be Trent Lind with his startup Mountaintop Entrepreneurs. Please join me in welcoming Trent to the stage.
Good evening, my name is Trent Lind, presenting to you Mountaintop Entrepreneurs today. Overcome the mountain startup with MTE, we're targeting you. All right, so what's the problem we're trying to solve? Basically, we're trying to solve the struggle of starting up a business. So oftentimes this happens because people have a lack of resources and understanding, and they're struggling to get to that journey of success. All right, so what's the solution we have to offer this? Basically, by paying $50 a month, you can get access to a website where you can learn from experienced entrepreneurs. And oftentimes this works a lot because when you learn from people that have experience, you're able to seek advice and get the guidance to overcome that barrier you're not able to get past on your own. So this is what our website will look like as a template beyond the paywall of that $50 per month fee. That's a little template for you. So we offer uniquely tailored curriculum, distinguished professors, and a personal mentorship to make your startup run successfully. All right, so you may be asking yourself, why is now a great time to jump into this industry? So basically, there's been a growth increase in startup businesses. In 2019, the National Bureau of Economic Statistics showed a 20% increase in small business startups, starting many new business applications in 2021 and beyond. All right, so who's the target market we're going for? We're going for the startup community, people who are just getting started with their new businesses, running into obstacles and hitting some roadblocks. So also we're targeting people that have entrepreneurial interests, so people that are looking to learn more about entrepreneurship, gain skills, or take some risks. So who's our direct competitors? We have Bounce Innovation Hub, Jumpstart, and Score. Let's take a look at their approaches for just a moment. Bounce Innovation Hub has programs like Mortar Accelerator, which require mandatory attendance. And if you can't attend one of these things, you might not be able to actually graduate from that class, or you might not be able to complete it. So say an urgent family matter pops up, or an urgent executive meeting pops up. You can't miss it. You might actually not be able to complete this class, which would just be unfortunate for you. And then take a look at Jumpstart. They also have classes at specific times as well. And opportunities are limited to in-person attendees, so that's kind of limiting on your side if you're out of state for some sort of trip or something like that. So SCORE, when emailing back, some mentors found it not very helpful. Some users found it not very helpful to communicate with mentors because they had bad communication with them, and lots of their content's outdated on the website, is what some users said. So let's take a look at MT's competitive advantage. So basically, we offer a custom portfolio. So inside your portfolio, you can tell people about yourself or your business on the website and kind of market for yourself in your own way. Anyone can go in and click on it. Our second differentiator, which is pretty huge, is it's not time-bound. So whenever you want to learn from professors or mentors, you can go online, look at those classes at any time you want. You don't have to worry about going to that executive meeting that came up urgently or that family matter. You can go right on into it and do these classes at any time you want. And another really important thing is asking people questions. So basically, what we do here is online on the website, you can ask people questions that are learning the same thing as you at that time. They encountered this problem a week ago that you're not encountering now. You can ask them online in the chat room right now what that question is, and it might take weeks or hours, or, I don't know, months for a mentor to get back to you through an email. Versus here, you can ask them live in a chat room online. So what's our future roadmap look like? On the left, you can take a look at the estimated profits from years 1 to 5. But other than that, let's take a look at the steps 1 through 4 we got for years 1 to 5. So quarter 1 of 2024, I'm looking to build out the website, completely establish that. Then 2024 overall, I'm looking to gain that social media presence so people know about MTE. And then step 3 in years 2 to 3, I'm really looking forward to implementing certifications on the website. So you got a business you're running, you need a certification for that. Maybe we can implement those in the website and you can actually get a certification and help out your business that way. Or in years 4 to 5, we're looking to implement courses specifically tailored to businesses, which you might actually be able to tailor to those employees as well. So let's go ahead and end this off with MT. Why not overcome the mountain of startup with MT? Thank you for your time, everyone. And if you do want to learn more, please feel free to stop by and ask me any questions after these next 2 pitches in the lobby, and I really appreciate your vote. If you're willing to vote for me, and judges, I'm now open to questions.
Thank you. I think it's a super interesting business model, especially having been an entrepreneur who started a business. I don't know if I'm missing it here. In terms of your financials, you have, professors, mentors, et cetera, on the website. Is there a line item where you compensate them for being a part of this?
Yeah, so as far as the professors go, it's going to be on there. I believe on there it should be $600 per class that the professor takes. So say a professor makes it has to be a certain amount of time. Let's say the minimum is 60 minutes for a professor to create a class. They can create it longer if they want, but they get paid about $600 for that class. And then on the other hand, mentors, they are actually giving up their time. They're sacrificing their time and they don't get paid. They're just in it to help us. And you may be asking, okay, how am I going to be able to get these mentors and professors to work with me? Well, 3 different ways I have to go about this is through digital marketing, get people to know me, word of mouth, of course. And then another way is going to business chambers in Cleveland and Akron. That's how I'm looking to get many of my most connections to get people most involved with us. You're welcome.
Have you kicked around the idea of compensating them just as a way to help build out scale? Because it almost feels like a chicken and the egg type of thing. You need a bunch of folks paying $50 a month to create enough to compensate them, but you also need content. Your content comes from advisors. So how do you build that critical mass if there's no monetary incentive for them?
Yeah, so like I said, I'm mainly relying on the business chambers to get those connections. And if I look at my competitors, for example, a lot of people are willing to give up their time, so I'm not too concerned with that. As when I'm looking at my business model, I'm mainly relying on professors in the classes, and 35% of people are relying on mentors to help them through different things they need for starting up their business. So could you repeat your question real quick, just so I can address the second part I wanted to?
I get the professor's compensation
component.
It was more just how do you get all these mentors aware, participating? Might you consider, not right now, but eventually, maybe even compensating them for really being an active part of the community?
Yes, I think that I could definitely in the future compensate them more because as I'm looking at my profits, I have plenty of room to add. There's a lot of growth I can do and implement many new things, which is really nice. And I think I could definitely compensate them to do more work, put in more work, and even be more involved with them. So say we're getting level 2, level 3 mentors, we're leveling them up. So on that end of things, I think I would be willing to pay them more money to help go more in depth with people that they're interacting with. So I hope that answers that question.
It's an interesting idea of levels.
All right, thank you judges for your feedback. Let's give Trent a round of applause.
Next will be Selah Gray with her startup, Pause and Reflect Coaching. Please join me in welcoming Selah to the stage.
Hello everyone. I'd like to invite you to take a couple of deep breaths with me as we get started here. Alright, so all across the room, deep breath in through your nose and out, letting go of any stress you're holding. And one last relaxing deep breath in and out, bringing you into the present. Thank you for taking that moment to pause with me, and thank you all so much for being here, especially with your busy schedules. I know it can often feel with so many opportunities like there's never enough time. Recognizing how busy our lives are, I'm here to introduce a solution through my coaching business, Pause and Reflect, which is dedicated to helping middle and high school students increase wellness in all aspects of their life. My name, Selah, is a musical term in the Bible that means to pause and reflect, so it's been incredible to build out this business that feels like an extension of myself. 7 out of 10 middle and high school students say that they have felt burnt out. We all know that rest is important, but good intentions are lost in the daily hustle of life.
Pause and Reflect is a coaching program designed to help middle and high school students reclaim their time and achieve balance. Throughout the 12-week program, the workbook and bi-weekly sessions will help the client change their mindset, improve relationships, find rest, set goals, overcome obstacles, and gain confidence. It's essential to design your destiny because life is too important to leave up to chance. The client will discover how to live a life they love and become the person they were created to be. When facing obstacles in life, it can sometimes feel like too big of a problem for someone to manage on their own. They can feel trapped, thinking there's no way to be able to make a change. But when someone steps into the problem with them through coaching, they're able to see things from a fresh perspective. Science-based tools incorporated throughout the program include the Tigro model, wellness wheel, neuro-linguistic programming, and motivational interviewing. The program cost is $197 and includes a principal workbook and 6 sessions that will help the client create and achieve goals, not from a place of striving, but instead from a place of rest.
I want to become a counselor in the future, so hopefully running this business through the end of my senior year and throughout college is laying a foundation to be able to turn it into an independent practice once I'm a licensed counselor. I'm trained as a life coach through the International Sports Science Association, and in December, Pause and Reflect became an official business registered as an LLC in the state of Ohio. I've personally experienced how impactful coaching is and how what starts in a session shapes so many areas of your life. And I started this business because I think that everyone should have the opportunity to be able to experience that transformation. Enrollment for the first crew is open until the 15th of February and will run from March through May. Registration is through pauseandreflectwellness.com, and if you would like to take the next step of coaching, or if you're interested in it for your child, I would love to talk to you about what that looks like. Thank you all so much for listening, and judges, I'm happy to answer any questions that you have.
I couldn't help but, as I was reading your business plan, think how valuable this would be to parents for their children. To what extent have you thought about communicating and marketing this to parents for their children?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think this can be an incredible program for middle school and high school students, and I think it's important that the parent is
curious how you thought about your pricing model. You're meaningfully below your peers. Why not be only a little bit below or moderately below? How did you come up with this?
Absolutely. So I wanted this program to be something that was accessible for everyone. And as I increase in my knowledge and as I get more experience in coaching, the price would increase incrementally. But for right now, I just wanted it to be something that was accessible to everyone.
First of all, it's a wonderful idea. As your company grows, and I assume that's your goal to grow and scale, is the business plan to train others like you? How would you handle a growing client base that you personally have so many hours in a day to see your clients?
Okay, absolutely. So the plan would be to train other like-minded, peer-oriented coaches that really care about their community and care about making an impact and helping the wellness of other students their age. So the plan would be to train other coaches and be able to scale the business to be able to adapt to that, and so that the clients would be able to choose from a variety of different personality types and find someone that works perfectly just for them.
We spoke a little earlier tonight about the importance of product and service in launching a business. And clearly, you have presented a workbook, a product, and a service. Are you going to sell your product or publish it in a way that it's available as well as the service that goes with it?
So right now, the workbook is included in the coaching package. And in the future, for scaling the business, there might be additional workbooks or coaching packages. But for right now, the workbook is included in the coaching package for the moment, yeah.
I think we're wrapping up. I just wish tonight we were in Shark Tank rather than just judging. So many of these presentations have caused me to feel like I really would like to invest in them if it were possible. And I just want to commend you for building your company and get it going.
Thank you so much.
Please join me in welcoming Quinn to the stage.
Hello, judges. My name is Quinn Robinson, and I am here to talk to you tonight about night bites. I want you guys to think back on your college days. Everything seems later, right? Well, at colleges, everything is later. According to Psychology Today, teenagers and college students' circadian sleep rhythms, or their sleep schedules, move back 1 to 2 hours. They are made to stay up later and sleep in for longer. That means they end up hanging out with their friends on the quad or studying for a big exam, or just trying to finish up the project that's due tomorrow morning at very late hours. What are they supposed to do when they're hungry, though?
It's not like they can go back and cook in their dorm. Most of the on-campus restaurants are closed. They might have a couple snacks in their dorm room, but that won't hold them over for the night. Well, Night Bites is the perfect solution to that problem. Night Bites is a culinary option open from 10 p.m. to 3 a.m. on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. The goal is to provide these night owls with food at such a late hour. Right now, our plan is to start with mac and cheese bowls, but as we grow, hopefully expand to other foods. There are 3 benefits to our business that we can grow in an organic rate. 1, it's scalable. We are starting as a proof of concept, but we can easily upgrade to a small business to potentially franchising depending on how we grow.
2, we have the economies of scale. We're starting, our food is going to be mac and cheese bowls with toppings. We're going to have a plain mac and cheese bowl, a chicken bacon ranch bowl, and a barbecue chicken bowl. It's easy because we're starting with a single base, and all it is adding toppings to that, and it's easy to prep in advance.
The third benefit is the benefit to the campus. It's not just good for the students, it's good for the campus as well, as obviously the food for students, but it allows for more on-campus job opportunities, and it allows for the universities to maximize their facilities if we are going with a ghost kitchen route. When looking at our target market, we realize that we have to have two criteria. One, it has to be an area with lots of foot traffic, and two, it has to be a place in which there is a lot of night activity. When we realized that college campuses meet those two criteria, we started interviewing a couple here and there, and they have expressed their interest in looking for food that late, and they don't really have much. So we are the perfect opportunity for them. I'm looking to go to GCU for college, and right next door is Arizona State University, which has been voted, again, as the biggest party school in all of America. It's one of the perfect places in which we can start our business, as we know that there is going to be a lot of night activities going on there. Thirdly, our competition. Our competition, we were mostly looking at Taco Bell. Most campuses don't really have them on their campus, but there are normally a couple off campus. One of the issues with that is that the students would have to, 1, walk to the Taco Bell, 2, drive to the Taco Bell, or 3, DoorDash it in. That is a waste of the students' time and money. With Night Bites, we would be directly on campus, so they wouldn't have to travel too far, and it would be a save of their money as they wouldn't have to waste it on gas or paying someone to bring their food for them. That is all I have. I'm now open for questions. Thank you.
So is there a delivery component to this, or it's all like pickup? They message you and pick up directly. They have to go to wherever you are.
Starting off, we are hoping to just do deliveries, and hopefully people would come pick it up. But as we grow and we are starting to make a profit, so in which we can pay people, we are hoping to then do deliveries. We are also hoping to develop an app so they can put an order directly on the app, say to what dorm they're wanting to order their food, and then we can have one of our delivery people take it directly to them.
Is the food refrigerated and delivered cold, or is it heated and delivered hot?
Heated and delivered hot. We can prep in advance by making the mac and cheese and having that ready. And then when they're ready to order, we warm it back up again, add our toppings and the sauce that goes with it, and then we can send it off.
So is that going to require, a brick and mortar building as a kitchen for when you set this up? Where will you do that properly?
If we are going very simple, we could start in an apartment on campus, which might not meet all the required health codes, but after that we are hoping to go directly to a ghost kitchen or a food truck, but that is with the growth.
Could you give some more detail on your pricing strategy? I know college students historically don't like to spend money on things. We don't have a lot of money to spend on things like additional food, the managing tight budgets. How you thought about pricing your rolls the way you did and got there and then turned, a profit?
Mm-hmm. So for our 3 different bowls, for the plain mac and cheese bowl, it is going to be $5. For the barbecue chicken, it's going to be $5.50, and for the chicken bacon ranch, it is going to be $6. After running a couple numbers, the average cost for making a bowl is going to be about $3.50, and then with the more toppings we add, that just kind of bumps up the price. So, sorry, what was the rest of your question?
I guess how does that compare to other options, such as your competition, you mentioned Taco Bell, or just other late night options that are around the campus?
Okay. Most of the other restaurants on campus close at 10 p.m. after some research I've done. And so from 10 p.m. to 3 a.m., it's essentially just going to be us open, and there are a couple vending machine shops that are open, but they only sell chips, cookies, drinks, stuff like that, not full meals. So if we're looking at the Taco Bell, like I mentioned earlier, I think the average cost for a Taco Bell meal is anywhere from $5 to $7, and if they're spending that extra money to drive there. That's going to be a couple cents of gas. But DoorDash, that can charge up the fees anywhere from $4 to $5. So with us being on campus, our pricing is beneficial to the students rather than trying to go off campus.
First off, I just want to say I probably would have been your #1 customer when I was in college. But I'm curious, what led you to choosing mac and cheese as your main dish? Did you do a survey on it, or is it just based mainly on how easy it is to prep?
It was a little bit of how easy it is to prep, but college students, that late at night, they're looking for like some more comfort food, and mac and cheese is
classic. I feel like you could do a lot with it, so that, yeah, like you said, barbecue, chicken bacon ranch. I mean, those are great. I like your idea. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, judges, for your feedback. And there you have it. Please join me in congratulating our 3 startup businesses and all of the groups for a job well done. We are now going to take a 30-minute break for our judges to deliberate. During this break, we have 20 minutes to place your vote for tonight's best startup. By placing your ticket, it's right here attached to your program, you're going to take your ticket and put it in the jar at the booth of your choice. Feel free to mingle in our beautiful Rasmussen Center, treat yourself to a cup of Shia coffee run by our SOBE students, and to support the women of Rwanda, and enjoy some snacks as you await the results. We will reconvene in about 30 minutes, or however long it takes the judge panel to determine our first, second, and third place winners. Then we will have the final awards. Thank you.
One winner in each category. The first award will be the People's Choice Award, voted on by you, the audience. The candidates for this award include Creamer Connoisseurs, Smart Serve, Tracks, Spark Motion, and Rendezvous. The People's Choice Award goes to Tracks. Congratulations.
These students have gone through so much, working with people in their groups since the end of August. Some of those groups blended together so beautifully right from the get-go, where you're kind of like, is this a dream? The values that they put in one another was insane. It was as if they were just best friends from the start. It was crazy. And then you had others that grew so much in their ability to learn how to bring the greatness out in others, how to celebrate each other's strengths, how to help build up in areas of weakness, and how to let other people's ideas be heard and be considered. And to me, that was one of the biggest wins of any type of group project right there. And I am so incredibly proud of them. We've had arguments over prototypes. We have had other people play plugging in and figuring out 3D printing for hours on end. We've had tasting sessions of building recipes for the creamers. In fact, I believe Malcolm Brown is officially a coffee drinker now. But so much of it could not have happened without their amazing advisors. And so each one of them, I just ask you students, please make sure you express gratitude to the other business professionals who have poured into your lives throughout these last few months. But take the time to celebrate your accomplishments. I'm so very proud of you. But now for Big Idea Best Pitch Awards. Our judges have deliberated and decided after much debate on the following awards. There wasn't a whole lot of debate when it came to third place. That one was figured out already before I got in the room. Second place and first place, though, they wanted to just have time. So, Mr. Niemer will get to explain how they came to their decision for that. But for right now, we want to know who won third place. So winning third place and $1,000, please join me in congratulating Trex. Actually going to let Mr. Niemer explain the difference between second and first place and have him announce both of them. And so finally to present both second place and first place in the title of Best Big Idea Pitch of 2024, as well as the $1,000 grand prize in the title of Best Startup Pitch of 2024. I'd like to welcome our honored guest judge, Mr. R.J. Niemer, to the stage.
Thank you very much. It really is a pleasure to be at this event. I was invited last year. It was my first year judging. I've been the dean of the College of Business for 2 years. But by, career, an entrepreneur. I started a sports agency in my parents' basement in the late 90s and scaled it and actually sold it a number of years ago and retired and decided to spend kind of my 2.0 career, if you will, working with young people in the College of Business. And it's an honor and a privilege to work with students every day. It's especially wonderful to be invited to CBCA to judge this contest. And I was joking with some of the judges, next year I need to make a note to myself to have a pocket full of scholarships, because I would love for all of you to join us at the University of Akron College of Business. It was really exceptional. They told me last year, prior to coming up to judge the event, they said, you'll really be impressed. And I started my speech last year saying, I'm really not impressed. I'm actually overwhelmed by how exceptional the students are. And to be honest with you, this group really upped the game. They were all tremendous, and you should be very, very proud of yourselves. And so your parents and loved ones and friends that are here to support you, let's give you a round of applause. The folks that are in the College of Business, both the students and the professionals with whom I work every day, hear me speak often. And I typically have either a story or a quote to share with them that kind of encapsulates the evening for me. Driving here, it was kind of ironic. I was driving here, I was thinking about my schedule, and they were announcing the
one of the sponsors of tonight's event is a company called Valmar. And I'm really proud because we at the University of Akron have a very deep relationship with Valmar. And the president is a friend of mine. And earlier, or I should say later last year, I was invited to the Valmar member summit. And the president started out with a quote that really resonated with me. And it dawned on me when they said the name Valmar tonight, I thought, you know, I really want to share this quote that Caleb Callahan said, because I think it's appropriate on an evening like tonight and for us to remember as we move forward. And the quote is, "Our greatest fear should not be a failure, but of succeeding at something that doesn't really matter." And as you think about tonight, you've all succeeded. None of you are failures. But as you think about your next year, as you enjoy this last semester of your senior year, as you think about the professionals you want to become, winning awards, making a lot of money, those things are all really nice things to succeed at. And certainly something that you want to perhaps strive for in your life, but don't lose sight of what you want to succeed at that really matters. Whether it's as a parent, as a spouse, as a child, as a friend, as a mentor, those are the things that you're going to take with you as you get older, as you start to reflect on your career. Those are the things that will have really mattered to you to be successful. So please remember that as you embark on your careers. So this evening, last year, to be honest with you, we deliberated up to 30 minutes. I think we deliberated for maybe 5 to 10 minutes and spent the rest of the time chit-chatting. This evening, Alicia had to keep coming in saying, you need a decision. I want to make a suggestion for next year, have an odd number of judges, because we were locked 3-3 and nobody was moving. And finally she said, you need to make a decision. I said, can we split it? She said, I only have one big check. So it really came down to the last 20 seconds of one of the judges saying, okay, I can get on board with this company, and that's how close the decision was. In terms of the winning company, we thought both products were applicable, innovative, thoughtful, well explained. What really separated it at the very, very end was the winning presentation was slightly more polished and sophisticated than who came in at number 2. And so it was about as close as you can get. But regardless if you finished 1, 2, 3, or simply presented, you should be proud of what you did tonight. It is not easy to do this type of presentation as an adult. It's certainly really, really difficult to do it when you're in high school. And I would put all of you up tonight against many professionals with whom I've worked. You're all excellent. You've got great training. You're well equipped to be successful in business, and congratulations on that success and that accomplishment. How do you want me to do this? 2 first, or do you want how do this? And this, and this. Oh, great script. Okay. Winning second place and $2,000. Please join me in congratulating Spark Motion. Winning first place and $3,000 and the title of Best Big Idea Pitch of 2024 is Creamer Connoisseur. best startup pitch of 2024 is pause and reflect. Thank you all so much again for the invitation. Congratulations, not only to those of you who were recognized, but to all of the teams tonight. You should be proud. Please come visit us at the University of Akron College of Business. Thank you.
As we wrap up our event tonight, I just want to say a word to all of the students, including those that didn't walk away with the prize. As Mr. Niemer was saying this as well, you amaze me, each and every one of you. You've gained phenomenal experience, learned valuable lessons in not only entrepreneurship, but teamwork, leadership, and so many other skills that will take you far in life. Please remember to celebrate your accomplishments, embrace this moment, and continue to give your excellence for God's glory. Thank you so much for coming out and supporting these young men and women. What they've done tonight is extremely difficult, and I am so proud of each of them. Your presence and support matters, so thank you. And then thank you to the coordinators of tonight's event, Jacob Gold, Anna Henko, Sally Cook, Ellery McGow, Gavin O'Keefe, Daniel Pilipchuk, and Layla Toner, as well as their teams, and Alex Cook for helping me MC tonight's event. These students did an incredible job. Join me in thanking them. And this concludes the event. We'll be taking photos next, so feel free to stick around, snap a picture if you'd like. Thank you again for coming out this evening to show these students support. Have a wonderful night.